Scorpio, welcome to your reading for the month of April. We start with the cracked cup, dissatisfaction with life. And I have a feeling that all this started in February. So maybe you are feeling unease lately. You have the quill with get back to basics, the heels with obstacles to overcome. So I believe that this cracked cup with dissatisfaction is something that started or you start realizing during the month of February. And you need to address certain things in your life or certain things that you are doing that need to go back to basics, like give 2 steps back and restart and do it all over again so that you can overcome obstacles. You also have April and you have be aware of great pride. So this is triggering you, Scorpio. I can literally see in your reading. And let's see what is the advice for you in that matter. You also have the Lord with take charge with authority. And this card is coming up a lot lately. And I want to read it for you. Take charge with authority with the Lord says, don't be afraid to take charge or use your voice. Be strong. The Lord is the consort of the lady. He is the emperor in the traditional tarot. He represents an authoritative male who isn't afraid to lay down the law. But this doesn't mean he's angry or chauvinistic. And there's a lot of that. He is self-possessed, reliable and ambitious, a man of honor who has earned his place in society. The Lord in this oracle holds a staff and wears a crown of antlers, showing he keeps himself firmly rooted in the ground and is protective of his people. His regal air indicates he has a taste for the finer things in life, yet he is sensitive to those who are less fortunate than he is. Sometimes you have to take control in order to be honored. If you feel that your kindness or gifts are being taken for granted, it's time to change that. There is no excuse for bad behavior, and the ancestors are encouraging you to hold your ground and speak your mind in a fiercely loving way. So fiercely loving way. This is a very important point of your reading. You have the energy and might to overcome dramas or energies that aren't working for your growth. And it's time to take charge before you find yourself in a situation you don't want to be in. You are being encouraged to be the boss instead of being bossed. This card also brings the energy of ambition and can show that you have the potential to move upwards on a professional level, but only if you act with authority and show who you really are. So the theme of the month for you, the Hermit, comes twice in your reading. And the theme of the month is about the Hermit. The Hermit in an energy of you finding your voice, being that voice, so kind of claiming your power, but from a source that is grounded, a source that found the answers when you address the shadow. In your case, and in this reading for the month of April, you are being invited to, yes, be yourself, yes, be in your energy, but understand that you need to speak from a higher place when you talk to people or when you interact at home. So it's all about you coming from a place of wisdom. And the Hermit is someone that took the time to cut everything from life. So if during the month of March you were into an introspection period of your life, if you were more connected with your higher self, for sure you found some things in your life that you can improve. And this is the time that you bring those things, those conclusions, those thoughts, and the purity and the loyalty to your higher self. something you need to avoid with the Seven of Coins comes from you realizing that maybe some of the things you were invested to be, some of your investments that you expected long term, it may not reach the point you were expecting. You really invest. This is something that if it is a relationship, if it is career, if it is finances, you put your effort, your energy, your money, your time, and you expected, and you should have understand by now that at this stage you should be getting something back. So look at those investments of yours, no matter if they are pure energy or if they are a loving relationship or if they are a project, and really have the kindness to look at these and understand that maybe you are wasting your time. Just do this mental exercise and maybe withdrawn from being so much invested in that. I know it's hard. This is a general reading, so it can be so many things, but if you think on the things that it's not so much with the heart, but the things that you really took some action and said, okay, I'll wait 7 years, 7 months, 7 weeks and see how it goes. This is the 7 years, the 7 months, and the 7 weeks where you take a step back and you go and analyze what was the outcome. Because I feel that you need to change something in the way you invest in this particular case, or you need to let go of it. Something you need to embrace, however, is finding where are these choices of yours that are not balanced. Where is it in a relationship that you are giving and not receiving? Where is it in a relationship that you can be acting with great pride instead of acting from a love place? So the Two of Cups reverse is about you embracing, or first acknowledging this lack of balance, this lack of exchange of energy, where either you don't put the right effort with the right people or people are not putting the right effort, and therefore the harmony in that exchange is broken. Cracked cup, right? Dissatisfaction with life. So look at those things that, especially during the month of February, brought you dissatisfaction, broke that harmony, that loving feeling of being connected. Because the Two of Cups is about the choices we make that need to come from a balanced place, that look for harmony. And right now, it's time for you to start overcoming these obstacles that are in the path of your joy. The Six of Coins reversed comes here as something to embrace. And I really feel, Scorpio, that in this case, you are entangled in situations where you really are investing and you are not receiving. So you see the Six of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. It's about a sequence of events. It's about you understanding that you are putting your energy, your love, you are dedicating your time, yourself, and you are not receiving in the same way. It's not like you put your money and receive money, but at least you get gratification, you get recognition, you get, I don't like to say validation because we shouldn't be seeking validation in other people, for example. But the truth to be told is when we get back, we feel that people are validating or valuing our efforts. And right now, there are a few situations in your life, Scorpio, where you really need to be honest with yourself. You really need to embrace the harmony with the Two of Cups of what you give and what you receive. And the Six of Cups comes here as something you need to let go. So this is not a new situation. And now I feel like you're very emotionally attached. So maybe this is someone that is in your life for a very long time, or this is someone that you really miss from the past and you're still connected with this energy. But the Six of Cups is about that sweet moment that no longer exists in the present. So it was there, it gave you comfort, it gave you happiness, it gave you purity. I feel the word is purity. I don't know what this is about, but I feel it's a very loving, cozy feeling that it's not here anymore. It doesn't exist in this thing that you are currently associating with this reading. And it's only bringing you the melancholy, that part of you that instead of living in today is living in the past, and you are missing that because in fact it's not in your life, and this is hurting you, and it's becoming the food that is not nurturing you. It's like a bittersweet taste. It's time for you to understand that there are greater things for you in the past, but this is becoming a shadow. And you, deep inside of you, you know the answer. You have the Hermit, but you know, it was so nice, it was so cute, it was so pure that you don't want to let go of that feeling. And this is hurting you and blocking you instead of helping you. So instead of being diving in this anxiety or this sadness or this feeling that you lost, maybe you should just admit that whatever particular aspect of this relationship or energy needs to be in the past, because eventually you need to grow into new partnerships, into celebration, you need to transform this shadow feeling into something that you allow people to come in. There are other people waiting for you. There is a need. Your soul is craving for new connections, for new collaborations, for new business partners, for new skills that come from other people, and for your skills to be shared, for your love to be shared, for your joy to be shared with others. And again, with, the High Priestess is kind of the wife of the Hermit. So instead of being in that male energy where you feel the power, sometimes the anger, you embrace a soft side of you, a feminine side of you that needs to be listened. The High Priestess is here telling me that you are in denial, and you already know in your heart, in your core, you have this feeling, but I feel like you're waiting for a confirmation. And the confirmation is the absence of what you were missing. The absence, you don't have it right now. It doesn't exist in the same way. So this is the confirmation of the High Priestess, because it's something that you don't see. It's something that you know. Your soul knows, because you have this feeling. So really, if you can, during the month of April, do a lot of prayer, do a lot of meditation, go into yoga, go into your own energy, have the strength to address and admit and work with this shadow side of you that is connected to a need that you need to fulfill from childhood. Because the Six of Cups is about those traumas. It's about those limited beliefs of lack of love and you don't deserve it. So you keep yourself attached to those feelings until you feel like the cup is fulfilled. But it's not happening because this is a limited belief that you have, that you need to compensate something. Let it be in the past, grow, because there's a lot of joy, there's a lot of celebration, there's a lot of party for you during the month of April if you choose to step into this path. The growth is about you finding joy among other people. Well, you need to step away, and the Lord came here reminding us that we need to be kind, to consider others. And the goal of the month is, with the Seven of Swords, is for you to make peaceful moves towards leaving something in the past. The Seven of Swords is this person that during the night, in order to avoid a conflict among people, in this case, she went undercover, like a sneaky move, and stole the swords. So the next day there wasn't a battle because there were no weapons and people had to come into peace. So this is for you an opportunity to finally leave something behind in a very calming way, in a very grounded way, and actually feel very proud of yourself of overcoming this mental state of fight, of pride, of dissatisfaction, because this is creating the blockages, the obstacles, and it's stopping you from starting things all over again in a happy way. Okay, Scorpio. So I've seen here that also you have the Ace of Cups reverse and the Page of Coins. So there is a need of you to really ground yourself, and instead of being in this energy that blocks you, give a chance of things to change. Because if you don't go into this peaceful, harmonious path, if you don't leave this behind, then you are not, first of all, manifesting the new you or even your inner child in a positive way. And you are blocking love, harmony, and good things to come to you. Who are you going to be? Obviously, being the transformation of your mindset, it's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be a journey where you are going to be every time or every day in a positive state. Why? Because you are working with your shadow. So the Knight of Swords comes here reverse, and this is a lot of, the attitude of the male that I told you that needs to come into a more female male. So you might be going through a period where you show pride when you talk. Sometimes you are not speaking from a truthful place. So a need of you connecting with your higher self always. You may be finding that sometimes you are aggressive. You try to impose authority. So this is about you finding a way in your speech that will be more aligned with your higher self. You really need to work on this, because this is a great deal of shadow work that will allow you to be totally different, to be the person that you want to be in the future and that people expect from you. So really be careful the way you address things, especially how do you impose rules? Is it with kindness, or you're just, acting from a place of fear, of anger, of pride? Because, when you have this attitude of being this King of Swords reverse, with anger, with pride, with harsh words, with rules that don't make sense for others, people will break you down. They will not align, and then you will feel completely alone. And I've seen this, that if you follow this path of being aggressive, of being in your kingdom in a way that you become dark, then you will go into isolation again with a hermit. You will go again through the stage where you need to be with yourself. You need to be pushed away. You need to rethink, reevaluate. So, I think that you are so afraid of stepping into this loving energy that your strength may come from the wrong place, and you are afraid with the strength reverse of being seen, of losing power, authority, if you actually do things in a more kind way. And that's not true, because the strength card is one of the most grounded and strong cards that you can have, because it's about living in a gentle way, in a compassionate way, not imposing, not pushing, not mistreating. So you will be having the tendency of doing this, and because you are actually afraid of being the opposite. But your hopes is, I would love to be this leader where people really listen to me. Yeah. I would love to be followed and to have that support from my community. So if you embrace yourself to be a leader that listens, that is compassionate, but that really guides, and let's not mistake here kindness for silliness or stupidity. It's about building boundaries that are totally understood by others and others accept, and that cannot be forced or imposed. It has to be with gentleness, with kindness, with grandioso. Yes, if you do this, your soul will be so happy. You will be finally reaching that higher wisdom that will, it's the staircase to heaven. You will find the truth. You will be happy. You will be grounded. Maybe you will go back to yoga, meditation. You will be yourself. And you will bring a lot of wisdom and you will open the path for others. So Scorpio, this is a strong reading because it's about you working with your shadow and, bringing that energy that was in the negative aspect all the way up to become your strong skill with a higher connection. And I love that. It's an opportunity for huge improvement and for you to heal the traumas and what was hurting you in the past that you never understood, but probably you feel a lot of anger from it. Yeah? So Scorpio, this was your reading for the month of April. I really hope you enjoy and find a way to follow it. There is great advice here from your Akashic Records and your guides. If you did enjoy, please like, subscribe, and follow. If you want a personal reading with me, do let me know here. Otherwise, I'll see you in your next reading.